Hi guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and today I am doing Tekken 6, and this will most likely be my last video for the year. Maybe, I guess I'll just see how things go. But anyway, so far my favorite Tekken game. We had a lot of new innovations like the Rage mode, the bounce system, and they have up to 40 characters in this one. And they also include online, so it's fun every now and then. But the main thing that they have is the scenario campaign, which that is more the main focus in the story for this game. Pretty much scenario campaign is like an enhanced version of Tekken Force. I mean, it's roughly the same, but it's kind of has a co-op system, and at times you can use weapons. But it's kind of built into a story, kind of arcing around Lars and Alyssa. Yeah, I was going to show you all the stages for scenario campaign. For the most part, they're not too bad. Some of them are harder than others, and then there were some of them that are kind of secretive. Like you had to do some special type of requirements in previous stages to unlock some of the other stages. I mean, it's kind of like an arcing web. Going all the way across. Yeah, and of course the last one is against Azazel. Okay, the deal is, I kind of wanted to show gameplay relating to the story, but unfortunately it would require me to do the entire scenario campaign. So I'm kind of cheapening a little bit by just going to the story mode, which is inside scenario campaigns. I mean, one thing is, the story mode in this game, they obviously didn't spend much time working on it. I mean, as you can see here with these still frames. I mean, didn't even have the time to do any narration for them. And because there are 40 characters, they had to actually shorten the number of stages in the story mode, so instead of the typical 8 or 9, now it's just 4. Yeah, pretty short. But I am doing this on ultra hard, so they could offer a good challenge. I mean, last time I remember, I think it was actually even tougher than Tekken 5. I know, it's been a while since I've done this. Alright, as for the story, well, right after the events of Tekken 5, after Jin defeated Jinpachi and became the new head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, he pretty much uses power and wealth to conquer different parts of the world, and eventually he even starts a war. And at the same time, Kazuya becomes the head of G Corporation, and so pretty much it's like a ongoing war between the two companies. Kazuya more or less is just trying to go after Mishima Zaibatsu and to take over that. But for Jin, he's really trying to start up the 6th tournament, more into an effort to awaken Azazel, the evil spirit demon, whatever. He's really trying to still rid himself of the devil gene, and he figures if he can conquer and defeat Azazel, he might rid himself of the power once and for all, like his cursed bloodline. Oh, 2nd stage already. Oh, and of course, they had to send me off to Azazel. Well, I guess that's what you get for playing as Jin in story mode. Yeah, unfortunately, Azazel is pretty cheap in this game. In fact, I think he's even more cheap than Jinpachi. I mean, he doesn't really do any like strong attacks, but I mean, first of all, he's massively huge, so it's impossible to do any throws on him. And also, he does have some kind of like auto barrier, so he can sometimes absorb my attacks. Ugh. Uh, come on. Alright. At least got round 1. Well, anyway, continuing with the story. I mean, like I said before, this game focuses on Lars Alexanderson and Alyssa Boskanovich. Lars is the illegitimate son of Heihachi. You know, thinking about it now, it's kind of strange, because that means now Heihachi has 3 sons. He has his birth son Kazuya, his adopted son Lee, and now his illegitimate son Lars. So, I mean, just overall, one weird family. But anyway, Lars is the commander of the Tekken forces, and during one of his missions, he ends up losing his memories. And, well, pretty much throughout the entire Sonora campaign, it's really just Lars, accompanied by Alyssa, traveling throughout the world, eliminating any threats, and also dealing with the war between the Mishima Zaibatsu and G Corporation. And along the way, they do meet up with some good friends, or, I mean, somewhat friends. But anyway, they do get to the point where they do encounter Heihachi, and I think there's one point where Lars tries to kill Heihachi, but Alyssa stops him. And then later on, Lars does get into the Mishima Zaibatsu and confronts Jin, but in the end it is revealed that Alyssa is programmed by Jin to kind of spy on Lars. I mean, pretty much she was working for Jin. And afterwards, in the last couple of stages, Alyssa kind of works for Jin at that point, but your new partner in the last couple of stages is Raven, which is pretty odd if you ask me. I mean, why Raven? I have no idea. Anyway, in the last couple of stages, you're just going after Jin, and it gets to the final stage where it gets really intense, because in that stage, you have to fight all these Tekken forces, but at the same time, you're fighting 3 bosses. You have to fight Kazuya, you have to fight Azazel, and then you have to fight Devil Jin. I mean, it gets really intense. But in the end, Lars does win over Jin, and I guess during the battle, Azazel was not defeated and ends up trying to attack again, but Jin sacrificed himself to try to take him down to end the bloodline. And I mean, that's pretty much how the story is. You know, Jin is trying to rid himself of the bloodline once and for all. But I think it turns out near the ending credits or something that Jin still possessed the devil markings on his arm, so he still has he still has the mark of the devil. So it kind of seems sad that all this was for nothing. And you know, just overall, I do like the whole Sonora campaign story, but it's just sometimes the game is a little bit too linear, and I don't know, it's just kind of stale at times, because it just really reminds me of just the Tekken Force. I mean, it kind of seems like this should have been just the game itself, just Sonora campaign. But of course, that's just my preference. I mean, I thought majority of the people would just like to play Sonora campaign, because I know a lot of people just like to go online, just battle against each other, using cheap tactics and trying to become #1, I guess. Oh yeah, speaking of online, they do have Sonora campaign online. It's like a co-op online. I remember that was made available through a patch that came out roughly a few months after the initial release of Tekken 6. But anyway, the thing is with those stages, they're just independent stages that just mimic what's in Sonora campaign. They don't really give you any story, or it doesn't. I don't think it even follows the story of it. I mean, it's just independent stages with another player you can do. And honestly, I would still prefer going through the story aspect of Sonora campaign. And, oh my god, I can't believe I lost. Jeez. I mean, it's like the difficulty of this game just spiked tremendously. Anyway, the thing I was kind of hoping they included in time was the ability to have local co-op with scenario campaign. I mean, that's the thing I never really understood. I mean, the game itself was already made for 2 players, so I don't know why not allow you to plug in a second controller and control Alyssa. Well, actually, I guess you could technically choose anyone since, I mean, when you do scenario campaign on solo, you don't have to stick to Lars. You could choose anyone. But I guess for my case, I just wanted to go with the story and how it really is. And also, I have more stuff unlocked for Lars and Alyssa. And I mean, that's kind of the thing, though. Some of the stuff that you unlock kind of has that customization thing where you can get items and costumes and whatnot. They have some kind of parameter built into it where it kind of increases your health or attack damage or defense and stuff like that. And obviously, getting the S rank ones are the best ones, but those are pretty rare. And besides, it's not like, are you serious? I just lost again. Thank God. It's like, it's relentless. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the stuff that you unlock, I mean, it's only, the parameter stuff is only useful for scenario campaign, so it doesn't really matter for anywhere else. But I guess if you want to get some cool stuff for your characters or different characters, but you know, the good thing is, you can buy everything, you just have enough gold for it. And besides, I kind of like the customization better than, well, obviously better than Tekken 5, but I say actually better than Tekken Tag 2. I mean, the problem with Tekken Tag 2 is to get some of the best stuff, you had to actually go through and play Ghost Mode and just hope for the best that you can actually unlock some rare stuff. But all that's just random. Man. Ugh, I thought I was going to lose that one again. Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes I like to use the customization in general just to create new characters out of it, you know, and also kind of show them off online. I mean, I did show some of my characters before in the past, like I did manage to change Lee into Violet. That one wasn't too hard since they already have the costumes and they do technically have the hairstyle, but I wasn't really too into that one, so I kind of changed it to make it more Tekken 4-ish. Yeah, so I kind of just bought like a different hairstyle and it's changed the color to purple. I did manage to change Miguel into Dante. With a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, I guess. You know, he does that little bit of a goatee, but it's kind of weird that you have to pay to remove the hair. It's kind of odd. I remember once I did manage to change Kazuya into God Hand. Let's see where this goes. Hey, look, it's Nina. Oh yeah, I forgot. She is the personal bodyguard for Jin in this game. Oh my God, it's Heihachi. Seriously, just out of nowhere, he just wants to confront Jin. I mean, not even any backstory as to where he came from. Huh. Well, anyway, as I was saying with Kazuya, I did manage to change him to look like Godhand from Air Guys God Bless the Ring. And, I mean, he looks almost exactly like him, except for the scar on his chest, but, I mean, it's a very close match. And of course I've done some other things too, like try to make Tekken 4 Christie, kind of made like a ultimate Devil Jin. I think I was trying to make Tiger Jackson at one point, with Eddie Gordo. I mean, there's like a lot of things you can pull off, kind of make it pretty fun. And God, Heihachi is even harder than Kazuya. Yeah, this game is getting pretty intense. I mean, the difficulty just seemed to spike out of nowhere. But I mean, then again, there's only 4 stages, so I guess they had to have some kind of reasonable gap in difficulty. Oh, God. It's like the AI can just pretty much predict what I'm gonna do. Oh, come on, I blocked that. Yes, I know I lost that one. Oh man, this is gonna be a close match. Come on. If he just lets me get an opening, that'd be great. Oh my god. No! Are you kidding me? How did I miss that? My god, I hate when that happens. Just a sliver of health every time. Oh. I mean, seriously, it looked like it just went right through his body. I mean, I would expect that more for online. And that's usually because of lag. And in fact, that's kind of one of the main reasons why online was kind of not too good when this game first launched. I mean, the lag was pretty insane. I mean, for the most part, it's kind of average at best, but you get those games where you get those kind of start-stop type of games where you move for a few seconds and then it freezes, and then you move again for a few seconds and then it freezes. Ugh. I mean, try playing a fighting game like that. Or just in general. I mean, I guess people could be using lag switches to make themselves faster than everyone else. I mean, that wouldn't be too surprising. Oh my god, come on. God, I thought I was going to win that one again. But anyway, for the lag, luckily they did manage to update that by kind of showing you the connectivity of your opponent that you're about to face and giving you the option whether or not you want to continue with the match. I mean, that was kind of, at least that would kind of helped. Of course, at this point, it really doesn't matter since, honestly, I doubt there's many people playing Tekken 6 anymore. I mean, I think this game has been out for roughly 5 years, so I think the next new game is either Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken Revolution. Thank God I beat it. So, altogether, I had to restart at least 3 times. In just 4 matches, but I mean, just again, a huge spike in difficulty. Okay, so how exactly is this tomb collapsing? I mean, it would have been nice to have some context. Hey, but it's an ending, I guess. Like I said, story mode was the least important. Alright, since I didn't really get to do anything with Lars, and since he is technically the star in this game, I decided to quickly throw him into an online match. And of course, it's a good sign when you have to sync in an online game. I hope it doesn't lag too bad. Oh yeah, I was trying to make Lars look like Albert Wesker from RE5. Not quite a close match, but I mean, I'm kind of limited on the stuff I can really use. And also, I don't really have much gold left. Luckily, my opponent is pretty easy. Thank God, because honestly, I don't really remember much combos with Lars anymore. It's been a while. I mean, I'm good at Tekken, but I'm no master at it, because there are people who play Tekken 24/7. Well, my first perfect through this entire game. Come on. Are you kidding? Look at that. It's like he just gave up at that point. I've never been able to keep that combo going for a while. Well, at least Tekken 6 is done. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. This is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.